Here we go. Battle of Brisbane number 6 begins. And it's Payne Haas. Walsh, he throws a bullet, and if it was caught, it was likely a try for Karapani, but it was too hot. Now Marshall King goes left. Cartel and a double pump. Here we go. Hamiso Tabuai-Fido strolls over. It's the Hammer who scores first in the Battle of Brisbane. Now comes here to Walsh, working down the short side. Now on to Staggs. Staggs away. Staggs comes to Fuller. Staggs gets over. Katoni is in. He has owned this contest at times, and he stamps his mark on Battle of Brisbane number 6. This could be a big moment.
Makes high contact direct to the head of Isaiah, which is a penalty. The captain's challenge is successful.
Not the first lead, what am I talking about? He's got the goal. They scored the first try through the Hammer. Now they go 8 points to 6. Looking for their first lead of the night. Oh, 6 more tackles. It comes from Hunt. Extravagant dummy. Steps inside 2. Make it a third. Now on to Kobe Hetherington, who's taken down awkwardly and illegally.
Dangerous position.
Oh, he's got it. He's got it. The ugliest looking shank for a goal you'll see all season. Last tackle though, Dolphins. They go right side to Donahue. Out it comes Amarillo. It's on! It's on! It's in! It's Amarillo! It's the Dolphins in again. The nerves. That goes Gajewski, the man on the sideline. Walsh, hello. Here it comes to Shibasaki. He's got space. He's got Katoa in pursuit. Inside pass to Walsh. Walsh is over. Brisbane hit back. And Reece Walsh, he has a big moment in this big contest. So 2 tries apiece. Oh, Trey Fuller. He's away. Beat 2 of them. Into the backfield. Here comes the Hammer. Doesn't need him. Trey Fuller. The most incredible start to the second half. First game this year. First game in a long, long time in the top grade. And he gets up. Let's have a look.
Yeah, on the button. Just right on the chin from Staggs.
Never in doubt. Dolphins 22, Broncos 14. Now on the last, it's a try! It's Marshall King on his own! Brisbane asleep at the switch, and Jeremy Marshall King plants it down, and this is just awesome from the Dolphins. And he clears the kick. Now that's from inside the 40.
Got it.
He's got it, I think. Let's see where the touchdown stands. Yes, 19 metres out. Pass, decoy, Walters on, Hunt. Crafts a pass, Mariner. Broncos score! Ricky takes the tackle. Last, might be done here. Walsh, short pass, Staggs away. Inside Shibasaki. Walters loitering down the middle. Walters with the kick. Only Karapani is there. That is stunning. Sensational. Broncos go back to back. Rolls it in. Tolte! Big Tolte! The most unlikely try scorer! Puts the Broncos in front. Last play. Hunt. High kick. Here comes the cavalry. Here comes Staggs. Here comes a try. Katoni Staggs. Awesome. What a game it has been. So much to like about this contest. Ben Hunt, a winner, back in the number 7 jersey. The Broncos 38, the Dolphins 28.
Battle of Brisbane didn't disappoint. Really gutsy win for you guys tonight.
Yeah, it was. It was a beauty. I felt that the boys, they grew. They've been growing, I guess, over the last sort of, 4 or 5 games in how we want to play, and they stuck to it, which I was really pleased with. So, we sort of come out at half time and didn't get the start we liked, but they stayed at it, and you could see the connections between the boys was pretty strong about how we wanted to play, and they found their way back into the game, and they're able to do the job.
Really nervous. A bit nervous match at 28-14. Did you feel they were starting to win the ruck and their mind space?
I always felt it was going to swing at some stage, and I think the boys have been able to show passages through the game, all games that we've had, that they can swing pretty quickly. And then when they caught that, they're able to find the game that we talked about. I thought we put a lot of pressure on ourselves in the first half. We had too many penalties and we gave up easy ground there, so that put pressure on. And a few things there defensively we'll have a look at. We need to be better in that space, but to see them play for an 80-minute period, it's something there that we've talked about all season, and it's starting to really show itself, which is great.
Reece was special tonight. His second half just absolutely unbelievable. And that 40-20, you talk about changing momentum, Paddy, that was sort of kick-started where you guys were from that 40-20.
Yeah, that was a massive play. I thought tonight he really got the balance right. He's done some really special things for him, but at the end of the day, we just need Reece Walsh to be Reece Walsh. And, he was actually really calm out there, talking really well to the boys, and I think that instilled a lot of confidence in him. But, yeah, that was a big play.
Probably his most complete performance, certainly of the year. Like when you look at it, both halves, match-winning things, like you said, composed. Is that as good as you've seen him play for a while? Yeah,
he's a hard taskmaster on himself, but I think he found that balance tonight, and he was massive for us, mate. I thought all our back five, to be honest, the way that Dino and Josiah started our sets was pretty special too. So when those boys are doing that for us, I think makes it a lot easier for us middles.
Sorry. I was saying all of Reece's big moments seemed to come after the Dolphins scored, or as it started looking like they were kicking away. Are you starting to see from Reece that he's really starting to nail down when to pick his moments a little bit better?
Yeah, I think that's always the growth for him, but in saying that, his mindset's always to take the game on, and that's why we love him, that's why we love playing with him. So he's a special player, mate. He works hard at those sort of things at training, and he's reaped the rewards for that tonight. So like I said, we just need Reece to be Reece, and we can all support each other, and that's where we're going as a team.
You must have been pleased for Honey tonight. Imagine he put the ball in the first half, his execution under pressure when you needed him.
Yeah, his presence with the group. Paddy could probably talk more about having Hunty out there. I guess as the general, he was good. I thought. You can see him around the group, and I guess having Ran and him out there, and our leaders. I think that's something I've really seen a growth or a space that's really grown in us as a team. They're driving it. That's the best part about what I'm seeing at the moment. And the more they keep driving, the better we're going to become. And I think Hunty was able to just capitalise on being able to do his role. And as Paddy spoke about with Reece, he played his part. I thought Payne came on and really got the momentum of the game. He flipped that for us. But they're all playing their part, and if they're doing their jobs for each other, I guess I'm pleased at that point.
Do you like what Billy did too, Mitch? I mean, obviously it was, you haven't, I don't think, won without Reno since May last year, but Billy also had a new role tonight and set up that try. What did you make of his?
I was really confident in Bill, to be honest. I've had Bill before in the halves. I thought he was excellent. How he got that kick to Josiah, I'm not quite sure. It came out of nowhere, and it was literally it changed the game, didn't it? But look, he's going to grow off the back of that. Like he's going to get better and better with the opportunities, and new combinations takes a little bit of time. But I felt they really found that at the back end of the game and stuck to the plan. So that's what we need to do.
I'm pretty confident that going forward, I mean, you're going to be without Reno and Ezra up until probably the finals, but as a coach, you can be confident they'll get the job done for you out of this.
Yeah, well, nothing really. Well, I guess at the start of the week, we just spoke about the players that we're bringing in. We're fortunate to have those guys, and it's the next man up, as we talk about, and they did their jobs tonight. That's the key, and we sort of talked about each individual, and Reece played his part, and the two centres played. Tony was excellent. He picked his moments. So I guess as a team, I really feel that we're moving in the right direction of what we've been speaking about for a while.
What about you finish the week in sixth? Do you feel the playoffs are there now?
I'm not really looking at the ladder, Pete. We're really focused on what our game looks like, and that's why I'm talking about it a lot. That we've got to find our game and how we're playing, and we've been able to do that, right throughout the season, but doing it for longer periods of time, and I think that's the part there that we're focused on.
Well, we played finals, Paddy, after last year. That was a tough year, but you said put yourself in that position here.
I think that's obviously the goal you set out at the start of every year, to be honest. But like Madge said, it's just a game at a time. We're still trying to grow, and we've got a big emphasis on growing our game defensively, and there was probably some areas that we're not happy with as a group there. So maybe we just got to keep growing and keep performing. And like Madge said, it's just week in, week out.
The game, but they just didn't get the job done.
I was very happy with the effort. I thought we had a real crack, and we gave ourselves a real chance on the end of that. And it is disappointing. We put ourselves in a position where we probably could have won the game, and that's why it becomes disappointing. But as I said at the start, I'm very happy with the effort. I thought we turned up. A lot of people didn't give us a chance tonight, but we gave ourselves a chance.
Yeah, but Trey Fuller, Christian, I mean, he brought him back, and he's just had an absolute blinder and showed how brave he is and what a player he is as well. I mean, what can you say about that performance?
Oh, exactly what you said. He was brave. It inspires the other players. They love playing with him, and they love the way he returns the ball and the way he just commits his body so much and brings so much energy. He was, his first game back in NRL, I thought he was outstanding tonight.
About Wolfie, because the one that got away in a sense, I mean, 28-14, you must have felt it really finished him off. Do you feel like you let that one slip?
Yeah, definitely. That scoreline, we gave ourselves a chance, didn't we? There's still plenty of footy to go, but we put ourselves in a position to have a real crack and give ourselves a chance. And some good footy from them. They took their chances. A couple of things that we just didn't work quite hard enough on. But at the end there, we had a couple of opportunities too, and we just didn't quite ice them. And that's something we've been doing really well all year. We've been icing those opportunities and didn't quite get there tonight.
Wolfie, there was an incident at the back end where they were called to pack a scrum, and they didn't pack the scrum. They didn't put a man in. They got a penalty, and it obviously got their defensive line. Do you think that's something that the NRL needs to address? Because it was a clear tactic, and they got the line. And Izzy, you were there, like you're trying to. You guys had the run of the play. You were three either side, and it just looked like that the Broncos had clearly planned not to do that in that stage.
No, you're right. Yeah, the NRL does have to have a look at it. Yes.
Any more to add on it?
No.
Are you still confident you can get into the finals? I mean, you probably need to win all of your games to be sure of it, I suppose. But the team, you get Kafusi and Milo back next week. How do you see it? Can you still get there?
Yeah, definitely. Confident in the group. I thought we had glimpses of us being, I guess, ourselves and backing our footy and playing confidently tonight. I just thought we just didn't defend properly. Didn't defend well enough. And then with the team like the Broncos, you give them any sort of sniff, they're going to make you pay for it. So I just think as a team, and individually, I think we need to be better defensively.
Isaiah to stop Reece when he's in that mood.
Yeah, he's a freak of a player, man. He's got so much to his game where if you try and solve it one way, he can figure out how to attack. But I think as a team we can still look at what we need to do as a group better defensively. If we're I guess being fair dinkum about making finals, we've got to be better defensively.
It was Reece's 40-20 that I guess turned that momentum around. What did that 15-minute passage feel like for you out there when it did seem just to take all that momentum away from you?
Yeah, I think that 40-20 changed the game a little bit, gave them an up, and when they have a forward pack like that where you give them a lot of momentum, it's just hard to turn it around. We spoke about just trying to turn it around through our defence. I just don't think we did that well enough tonight. And I guess as a team and as a leadership group, we need to be better, I guess, at driving those standards with our actions as well.
Well, you would be disappointed to miss the finals because you probably felt when you did differential a couple of weeks ago, you were one of the best in the comp in that regard. But you could have felt you deserved to make the finals this year. You would be disappointed to miss out after all the effort and the big wins you had.
Oh, look, it would be, but we're not out of that yet. We just got to get over tonight. We've done a lot of good things tonight, particularly off the back of last week, and we're back to being us and looking like us a lot more, both with and without the Bulls. So we just got to worry about next week. There's no point worrying about what might happen in 4 weeks. Just worry about next week.
With Trey, do you see him now staying in the team for the rest of the year, or once you get a chance to move Hammer back, will that likely happen?
Oh, look, I've got to figure that out. I've said all along that Hammer's our fullback, and that's his best position, and we all know what he can do back there as well. So it's great for us to have Trey back and what he brings and have that depth there and that ability to sort of move things around. So I'll just figure that out through the week.